Mark has a puppet. Somebody else.
We just put ours, like one of ours.
Oh,
Oh, you need one. This guy was the sweetest.
Yeah, ours is 10-year-old.
10-year-old Roddy. Oh,
Sorry,
I'm
Daisha.
sorry.
Yeah. it's-
Today?
Pregnant till Douglas this morning. It just, he had his back broken 2 times, not by us, but before we got him. And he had a cancer in his one toe, so they removed that a while ago.
Are you kidding me?
And,
No, here she stands.
and so then he developed spondylitis with his back, so he couldn't, about a month ago, lost function of his bowel.
Mm.
And last week it's been the bladder.
yeah.
He can't get up to go to the restroom, so I've been carrying him in my car. And he loves to, I'm like, wanna go in there, just go get the friends.
Wouldn't do it. Yeah.
I mean, he wanted to, but the back legs were like,
Right. Exactly.
And they become a part of your family.
he was.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's.
I don't understand. You know, I'm living a dream on Monday. You know, I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm here.
All good things.
Beautiful out.
I got my Jolly.
Wow.
You know, it's like I used to sprinkle quality cheer at people and then I'm like,
The thing is, I don't know what I
You
can
bet
do.
either one of those.
it's Hobby Lobby 50% off.
Is that right?
You'll spend maybe $4 on it. Just saying, if you decide you need one in your life.
I might.
Call to order the regular council meeting for the town of Evansville. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Chad Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Candace Machado. Here. Councilmember Daisha Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Fred Lustig.
Here.
Councilmember Phil Berkey.
Here.
County Attorney Scott Murray.
Here.
County Engineer Shane Porter.
Here.
County Treasurer Lexi Erickson. Chief of Police Mike Thompson. Fire Chief Leo Malson. Public Works Director Robert Llewellyn.
Here.
Town Clerk Janelle Underwood, rest of the citizens.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item 1, consent agenda. Approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of November 27th, 2023. Approval of business license for JL Construction and Landscaping, and the bills for approval. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. That's all right. Ordinance number 7, 2023.
Mr. Mayor and Council, before you tonight is ordinance 7-2023. This is an ordinance repealing the town of Evansville employee handbook, and it's brought before you tonight on first reading.
And this is regarding the repealing the town handbook, as the clerk had mentioned. The town handbook has gone through many iterations over the years. I think we have at least 5 addendums to it. So the thought with this is to repeal the current handbook, and then in January, we will approve a new handbook by resolution. Have any questions on ordinance number 7, 2023? I have a motion to approve ordinance number 7, 2023.
I so move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Item 3, the engineer's report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have a couple of things tonight I want to go over. First thing is the Evansville Sidewalks project that we have through a WCDA grant. So it's primarily in the kind of the northeast part of town for this phase. It's a WCDA grant. We put the design together and put the project out to bid last month. We took bids on November 30th. And kind of like we'd seen on the previous project, the bids were a little bit higher than expected. But so the bids were Crown Construction came in at $493,250. Wayne Coleman Construction, $627,307. Andrew and Hunt Construction, $629,500. 71 Construction, $608,969. Knife River Construction, $589,014 even. So the low bid was Crown Construction at $493,250. So the project had a total budget of $500,000. That included engineering, a contingency amount of about $50,000 plus the construction. So the $500,000, there was a grant for $450,000, and the town was doing a 10% match, which was $50,000. So when we take in the low bid now, running the numbers, absorbing the contingency, we're now to do the project with the low bidder, we're short $42,659. So I think up for consideration tonight is the options are rejecting it, reducing the scope, and rebidding it, or seeing if the town can come up with that shortfall and decide to come up with that shortfall and award to the low bidder right now. If it can be done, my recommendation would be to do that. Prices aren't getting any cheaper, so I guess that's kind of my recommendation on that. So I think Chad had some ideas, but if we can move forward with the project, I'd recommend doing it now.
So according to this project, like Shane said, it's a little higher than anticipated. We have been fortunate enough this year to see a little higher than anticipated revenue in regards to our 5-cent sales tax revenue this year. And I've checked with the town treasurer, and we would be able to accomplish the project overage by utilizing unallocated 5-cent monies. So if council so chooses, we do have that revenue source there to supplement the bids and award the project.
My recommendation, we're short $42,659, even not too bad. Our recommendation would be to consider $50,000 as a number. Let's still if something comes up rather than outright thing to pay. Talk about adding funds to it. I would think about a number of $50,000. Hopefully we can come in under that. Keep everything in check and don't have any unforeseen weird things happen, and hopefully we can come in under that. But I would kind of keep that number in mind.
So when would they start on this?
They would probably start, I don't know. I'd anticipate spring, weather
right.
pending, but spring, if they get a decent winter, they might tear some things out and do some concrete. You can do concrete if the weather's decent, but
Sure.
my anticipation is it's a spring and summer.
We also do have a couple of dependencies on the project. So when the project was defined, we found there were a couple of light poles right in the way. So we've worked with Rocky Mountain Power, and they have agreed to relocate those light poles out of the way of the sidewalk so that the sidewalks could be created unimpeded. So that would also have to take place prior to construction.
So if we accept this bid, then we're pretty well locked in there. They come back in May and say, well, concrete went up.
Yep. Well, when they bid a project like this, it is what it is.
Is that-
Take those kind of things into account.
Right. Because I think I agree with you. I mean, stuff it's not going down. And it's just a question of how much it's going to go up. So,
Any other questions for? So do I have a motion to approve the bid for the sidewalks, adding an additional 50K?
I second.
Just one moment.
I would just,
Oh.
we can do it. That motion should I have a notice of award for signature tonight. So I would just the motion, just read that motion to issue the notice of award to Crown Construction in the amount of $493,250 even.
I got just one question quick. My, how's Crown doing on our project downstairs? They're fine? Okay. Okay, good. Now, I just wanted to make sure we're,
All right, so do I have a motion to approve, award the bid for $493,250 to Crown Construction for the sidewalk project? Do I have a second?
second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
So the second thing is the Lathrop Pathway project we talked about last meeting. We rejected all bids at the last meeting. So I've gone through things and kind of worked through what I think is the best recommendation, and I feel like we should move forward with as much of the project, rebid the project with a reduced scope. That one was significantly higher than our estimate. So what we've looked at is we feel like taking the average bid prices, we feel like we can do a complete project from Curtis Street up to Texas Roadhouse. And so that we feel like we could do that with the average bid prices from what we've seen. So it's probably, I would anticipate, again, some bids will be lower, some will be higher, and the low bid should be within that range. So with that, I would like to do, because sometimes if the low bidder is significantly lower, I'd like to stretch those funds as far as we can. So I'm also proposing that we do a full project from Curtis to Texas Roadhouse, and then do an add alternate from Texas Roadhouse to Jump Grace. And so we can, when we do that, when we bid that out, we'll have their base bid, and then we'll have the add alternate, and we can evaluate both. And if they're both within our budget, then we can award the low bidder. But if just the base bid is good, but the alternates are high, we don't have to accept the alternates, so we can just accept the low bidder. So that's my recommendation on that. And with that, we would then, it's has a lot to do with timing and where we could get additional funds. But if we go ahead and rebid it, get as much done as we can, and immediately go after another TAP grant to finish it. The TAP grant timelines, we'd be submitting for the grant in March, and it literally takes about a year before you'll see those funds. But if we're bidding now, we're building through the summer, by the time next summer comes around, hopefully we can rebid the next one and just keep going. So that's my recommendation. I don't know if we need a motion to that effect to go ahead and move forward with a reduced scope and rebid. I mean, we kind of talked about, we rejected bids. So I don't know if we need a formal motion by council to move
Doesn't
forward
hurt.
that way, or.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
doesn't hurt. So I guess first off, does anybody have any questions about this project?
Just remind me where it goes from Curtis then up to, what path does it take to get up to?
It's on the north side from on Lathrop Road from Curtis.
And it goes north up to, okay.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to rebid the Lathrop Pathway project?
I so move.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
Thank you, that's all I have.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the engineer's report?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item 4, council updates. Do you have any council updates this evening?
I got just a little bit. It looks like we're getting our railroad at least partially done. They're gonna be fixing the northbound lane. And it was quite a discussion, wasn't it, Leo? So anyway, we're probably very fortunate to get that done. What they are evidently planning on doing a major overhaul in May. But we'll get all new planks in there. They're gonna repair the asphalt the best that they can this time of year. And anyway, it'll be a whole lot smoother than it is. So the beginning of that conversation, they didn't think that it needed to be done, but by the time we got done, it was an emergency because they got on it like that afternoon. So that part's working out. One other thing I'd like to talk about just a little bit. I'm going to be trying this winter to build some
training tools for the dog park. So if anybody's got any ideas on what's needed for that, if they want to reach out to me and let me know. I've got some scrap lumber laying around, so hopefully I can do a lot of it with that. And again, this is probably kind of a stopgap until we have funding to put in heavy duty commercial stuff. So, but that's something that I'll be trying to work on this winter. And, I don't know if I should be bringing this up or not, but I'm going to. Where are we at on the mailboxes
In terms
of what our responsibility is?
okay. Well, I mean, we're looking into it.
It's a lot of fun, isn't
There's
it?
a lot of gray in that area,
Yes.
of course. And so I don't know if council has a timeline in mind in which
No, 'cause
they would want us to provide a memo or something like that. But yeah, we
I guess in my
right now
mind,
there's no
in my
definitive
mind, I would like to have a plan going into spring so we don't have a delay by then. Does that make sense? You know, so sometime in the next couple months, you know, so, and I do know, I've read through all of that stuff and it's like, depends on which paragraph you read. It is kind of a mess. So, that's all I have.
Any other updates this evening? Public comments. Do we have any public comments this evening? Public comments? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
All motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned at 7:16.
Can he say something?